Welcome to Jeremiah Creek. The bull's out again this week, so thought I'd try another woodworking video, and this time I did a little time warp on my GoPro, and I just do a voiceover and see how it works out. So my name's David Haynes from Jeremiah Creek, and if you like these videos, or if you have any comments, please like, subscribe, leave whatever comments down. I'm especially looking for comments about anything I'm doing wrong or unsafe. I learned how to woodturn back in high school about 40 years ago. Started picking it up recently. And what I didn't learn in high school, I've learned on YouTube videos. So if you see anything that I'm doing or could do better, let me know. What I did here was I took some wood I had laying around. I had a spalted maple piece and some nice pine from shelves I made for our kitchen cabinets, and I glued them up and started knocking off the corners. I normally it was a real pain in the ass to knock the corners off. Normally I would cut the corners off so it's at least sort of rounded before I put it on the lathe, just to make sure that it stays even. And this time I tried to do it without doing all that. That's why there's a lot of vibration, a lot of camera movement. So all I'm trying to do here is kind of make it into a sort of a vaulted bowl or a vase. And one thing I did was I made the mortise on the bottom so I can turn it around and put it into my chuck, and I made it a little too big. It ended up flying out. I don't know if I got that on video. It ended up flying out, and so that was a little unsafe. So I learned a lesson there. Yeah, I think I got it right here. So I made that mortise way too big. Oh, I guess I didn't get it on video. Well, what happened was I must have forgotten to start the video. So what happened was I made the mortise too big. It flew out, and I had to put it back together, cut it down a little bit with my bandsaw, and then after that it worked pretty well. So here I'm sanding it. I sanded it up to 600 grit sandpaper. Usually I only go up to 400, but I wanted to see with the new lathe how well the sanding came out, because now I can reverse it, and so that's kind of cool. If anybody wants to make a comment about me smoking while I'm doing this, whether that's unsafe, my wife already pointed that out. So when I started doing the big, when it was still square and I was knocking off the corners and rounding it out, I was actually smoking a cigar. Then I switched to the pipe. So for those of you who watch Jeremiah Creek videos before, me and Bo are always smoking pipes or cigars, and since I decided to record this for Jeremiah Creek, I started doing that. And probably not the safest thing in the world. I'm polishing it up with some Axe sandpaper polish. And I tried cutting it off. This is the first time I tried cutting off the bottom. And I have a paddle saw somewhere, but I couldn't find it. So I started using a hacksaw, which didn't work, and a wood saw, which seemed to be working pretty bad. So I tried to use a parting tool and parted it off a little better. Oh, I must have switched the videos around. This is where I had it hooked in right before it came flying out, because I had the mortise too big. So this is earlier in the project. Oh, and I used my new drill chuck. I have a drill truck, so I used cut a small hole, like 1/4 of an inch, and then I used a Forstner bit to cut out the inside, the majority of the inside. I actually didn't go far enough with the mortise bit because I didn't realize I can go farther, basically. I didn't properly measure. I think I will spend some time in the future actually measuring how far I can go and then doing it. But the drill chuck worked really good. It dug out a nice hole, and a lot of it made it a lot easier just to clean out the inside. And I used a drill bit, and then a 1-inch Forstner bit, and then I think it was a 1.5 inch for the last one. With the big one, I took my time because I wasn't having it spin too fast, but every time the chuck would bind up a little bit, either it had too much wood in there or here's where I started having trouble with the mortise. It was getting, because it was so long, it was cracking up and not keeping it stable. I kept trying to fix it for a while. Then I took it to my bandsaw and cut off a piece, and that made it more stable. So this is cleaning out the inside. As you can see, there's my pipe. I should have realized it was a little unsafe. Although nothing happened, but it is unsafe. So thanks for joining us on Jeremiah Creek. I'm sorry for the video kind of ending suddenly, and I'll have to take a picture and add it to this, I think. It turned out pretty well. Not my finest work, but not too bad, and just trying out the new lathe. So thanks for joining us. Leave any comments you have in the comment section below. Please subscribe and like, and join us again at Jeremiah Creek. Thanks.